Alrighty, my name's Ed Huck with Keller Williams Realty, and I'm here to give you your real estate market update in less than 5 minutes. I went a little last week. I'm going to talk a little faster this week and make sure that does not happen. So let me dive into it here. Most of you know, I've been doing this for the last couple, actually since COVID, since the beginning of COVID. So like the beginning of March, we really started to track what's been going on with the market. And it's been really interesting to see the ups and downs and pay close attention to that. But we're going to jump right to the chase, and it is a strong seller's market. Some of you know that. If you're in the market looking for a house, you know that. If you're looking to sell your house, you probably know that. If you're out there not paying attention, most folks are really surprised to find out it is a strong seller's market. So let's dive into a little bit about why and what's happening there. So this shows you your year-to-date 2019 stats versus year-to-date 2020 stats. So new listings is down, and I'm tracking this in the western, basically west of the Cuyahoga River, actually. So all the western suburbs. When you look at this, new listings is down 8.6%. When you look at that from last week, though, last week we were down about 9.5%. So what I see is a little bit of a trend that we're starting to pick up where we were last year. We're still off. Obviously, we're still off 8.5%. But last week when I ran this number, we were off 9.5%. So number of homes for sale. So the number of homes available for me to go sell today is down 48.8%, again, which is huge. And last year, keep in mind, was a strong seller's market. Last week when we looked at these stats, it was down about 52%. So we are starting to add some more inventory here a little bit, and we're starting to, and this could be the tipping point. So we're going to keep a real close eye on this. If these stats continue to go down, we are going to be able to say that, okay, sometime in September, here's when we started the shift. Homes went under contract is up 5% from last year. And then from last week, though, we were at 4.7. So under contracts is tracking good. So we're still selling a lot of homes. The transfers, so the homes have actually transferred this year versus last year. We're down basically 3%, but what will happen is once a lot of those under contracts start closing, you'll see that number start to catch up. And then average days on market we're 18% faster than last year. And we're tracking at about an 8.3% appreciation this year versus last year. Over here, if you're paying attention, these are the rolling 12 months. This compares this last 12 months versus the previous 12 months. So it kind of goes back for a 24-month look at a snapshot of what's been going on. And you can see the same trends there. New listings is down. For sales is down about 50%. Under contracts is up about 5%. The number of homes transferring, though, is flat. So that's been kind of a surprise for a lot of us. So what we're really seeing right now is really a function of what's driving the market is the lack of inventory. So just not having homes available to sell, and the appetite at which people are wanting to snap them up. When you look at the actual transfers, we're still tracking about the same as we were. So a lot of people are surprised to see that. Average days on market is up 14%, and then average sale price is up about 6.5%. Great news that mortgage interest rates are still at an all-time low of 2.85%, which is everything we kind of read says they're probably going to be floating around that number. They might creep up a little bit here, but probably not too much. And let's dive into something else I found really interesting. We're starting to feel as realtors that things are starting to slow down a little bit. Homes aren't, when we list a house right now, they're not flying off the shelf like they were as fast. It seems to be, we had a couple houses go live over the weekend, and a couple of them sold, but it wasn't the feeding frenzy of 5 or 6 offers and way over asking price. We only had maybe one offer on the one and maybe 2 offers on one of the other ones, and then still a few haven't sold. But we're starting to see, again, things are slowing down just a little bit. There's still a strong seller's market, but not the craziness it was. So it got me thinking to start diving into what's going on with the number of showings. So I'm starting to track some of these other reports. This over here on the left-hand side obviously is the price range. This is the date range. So this compares the first 20 days of August versus the first 20 days of September. Historically, we do slow down from about the middle of August through the middle of September. I don't know if it's everybody going back to school or summer vacations wrapping up or what's the cause of that. But historically, year after year, you do see this kind of slow down mid-August to mid-September. I wanted to start tracking it though. So you can see here, again, price ranges, first 20 months of August versus the first, 20 days of August versus the first 20 days of September. In these price ranges, everything is down as far as percentages. So, $200,000 to $300,000, they're off 16% as far as number of showings. And this is the whole multiple listing service. So all of Northeastern Ohio, number of showings. Then it got me thinking, so we're going to keep tracking that. How does that compare to last year, the first 20 days of August versus the first 20 days of September? And you can see things were off that year as well too. Not as strong though. I mean, you can see some big, 16%, 3%, 12%, 36%. They still were off though. So we're not tracking too far behind, but certain price ranges, it's definitely slowed down when you compare it versus last year. The interesting twist is, and I got to get to the bottom of this stat, so I threw it on here. We changed the service that schedules most of our showings to a new company right about the first of the year. And I want to verify that they've purchased all these stats from the other company that we used to use. Because I want to start tracking, okay, what's the first 20 days of September of 2019 versus the first 20 days of this September in 2020. When you look at those stats, again, put a big asterisk next to these. I need to verify these. Showings are way up this year versus last year. So if you got your house for sale, that's a good sign. So anyway, if you have any questions about these stats and want them for your specific neighborhood and your specific price range, reach out to your favorite Ed Huck Team Realtor. If your realtor's not getting you these stats, they should be. They should be tracking this stuff every week, knowing exactly what's going on, so you can to help you make informed decisions with your real estate needs. Make it a great week. See you guys next week. Thanks.